Check, 1, 2. stream checks. All right, good morning, everyone. It is just after 9 a.m. and all the commissioners are present, so we'll begin the agenda meeting for today, Wednesday, May 21st. I would ask for those who are participating on the call to please mute your phone unless you need to speak. Today there is one new order and 2 case discussion items. But before we get to those, we do have minutes to approve from the May 14, 2025 agenda. Commissioners, are there any changes or modifications to those minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving those minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? By a vote of 4-0, those minutes are approved. The first tariff in new order today is in file number RD-2025-0259. Discontinuance of Certificate of Service Registration or ETC designation. On April 28th, staff filed a motion to revoke Q-Link's ETC designation in Missouri. Staff's motion and its accompanying memorandum explain that Q-Link failed to file its 2024 annual Lifeline ETC certification form, which is required by federal and commission rule. Staff stated it has been unable to contact Q-Link. Commission issued notice of the case, set an intervention deadline, and directed Q-Link to respond to staff's motion. In addition to sending a copy of the commission's order to Q-Link, a copy was sent to each ETC in Missouri and Q-Link's Missouri SOS registered agent, InCorp Services. No applications to intervene were received, and Q-Link did not respond to staff's motion. Q-Link is currently suspended from participating in any universal support programs and stopped receiving Lifeline funding in Missouri in October 2024. Under FCC rules, all ETCs must offer Lifeline. Q-Link can no longer offer Lifeline, thus Q-Link can no longer meet its FCC obligations as an ETC. The Commission previously granted Q-Link an ETC designation solely for the purpose of receiving federal Lifeline support. Because it can no longer receive Lifeline funding, there are no reasons to maintain Q-Link's ETC designation. Having reviewed staff's motion to revoke Q-Link's designation and accompanying memo, the Commission finds Q-Link is no longer in compliance with Commission rules and therefore is not qualified for ETC designation. With that, I recommend we approve the order version number 2. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
I support the order.
Commissioner Mitchell.
I'm in support of the order.
All those in favor of approving this order, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? By a vote of 4-0, that order is approved. Next, we're on to case discussion. First case discussion is an EA-2024-0292 in the matter of the application of Evergy, Missouri West for permission and approval of a CCN for 2 solar generation facilities. Judge DePel, do you have any updates?
The only update from the memo that was provided, this hearing, as you know, starts on Tuesday. And yesterday they did file some rebuttal testimony, or Monday, and yesterday they filed their issues list and order of witnesses and so forth. We're still waiting on the position statements, which aren't due until later today. So,
Thank you, Judge DePel. Are there any questions on this case for Judge DePel? Okay, with that, we'll have the hearing on that beginning on Tuesday. The next case discussion is an EA-2025-0075 in the matter of the application of Evergy, Missouri West and Metro for permission and approval for a CCN for natural gas production facilities. Judge Hatcher.
Thank you, Chair. This is a memo, as you mentioned, about the upcoming hearing. This will be following Judge DePel's hearing on Tuesday and Wednesday. This hearing will be Thursday and Friday of next week, and the memo will be updated as the parties will be submitting their list of issues today. Tomorrow, the parties have settlement conferences, and Friday, the parties will be submitting their position statements. So I will include all of those and then resubmit the memo on next week before the hearing. That's all I have.
Thank you, Judge Hatcher. Are there any questions regarding this case for the judge?
I have just one, Madam Chair. I'm curious, are the new generating assets that are located outside of Missouri, are they intended for the sole use of customers in Missouri? Or will those resources be dispatched to other places besides customers in Missouri? Or do we know that yet?
I don't have that full information for you, but we will by the time the hearing comes around and the memo is redistributed.
Thank you.
Further questions for the judge? Hearing none. Okay. The last item on the agenda today is scheduling. As already noted, we have hearings next week, beginning Tuesday through Friday, and the 2 average ECCN cases already referenced. Also on Thursday, May 29th, we do have agenda at 11 a.m. The following week, Monday, June 2nd through Thursday, June 5th, we have a series of local public hearings in case GR-2025-0107, which is Spire's request for authority to implement a general rate increase for natural gas service. Those locations and times are as follows. Monday, June 2nd at noon at the UMSL Millennium Student Center in St. Louis. The same day, Monday, June 2nd at 6 p.m. at the Shrewsbury City Center in the Sunset Room. Tuesday, June 3rd, we have WebEx only at noon and at 6 p.m. Wednesday, June 4th, we have a local public hearing at the St. Joseph City Council Chambers at noon, and the same day at 6 p.m., Wednesday, June 4th, at the Greg Kleiss Community Center in Kansas City. Thursday, June 5th at 6 p.m., we have a hearing at the Missouri Southern State University Corley Auditorium in Joplin. During the week of the Spire local public hearings, Wednesday, June 4th, we also have agenda at 11 a.m. Friday, June 6th, there is a rulemaking hearing in case GX-2025-0249 in the matter of the proposed amendments to Commission rules on gas safety here in room 310 at 11 a.m. with Judge DePel. And then again, Tuesday, October 7th, just save the date for Power Mo. Commissioners, are there any changes or modifications to the schedule? Hearing none. Any further business coming before the commission?
Oh, just one, Madam Chair. I'd just like to extend many thanks to our utility workers across the state who have converged on St. Louis and Kansas City and other communities that suffered storm damage last week. It really is quite humbling to see how they muster resources to respond to emergencies like that, and I appreciate their dedication and want to thank those utility workers for doing that.
Thank you, Commissioner Mitchell. Any further business coming before the commission? Hearing none, we are adjourned.